Welcome to LocalnLive. You are with Spaceman Africa, and thank you for tuning in. You are on 98.3 FM or streaming live on the internet on 2xxfm.org.au. And today we have got a full studio. I am blessed to have co-host today, Mr. Lickney Murphy. Hang on, bro. Let me turn your mic on.
Can I say that again?
Yes.
I won't. But it's good to be back. And,
Welcome.
All right. Welcome to you, sir, and to our two guests we shan't say a word about yet.
No,
they are here.
They're dead to us until
present to
another
tell.
5 minutes.
That's right.
We are blessed to have two members of local band Timecult with us in the studio today. We will be chatting with them very shortly.
Mm-hmm. And that was Animal by Slowbeard. This is Lickney Murphy with you on the radio on your way home perhaps, or perhaps just in your car, or maybe in the lounge room just having the time of your life listening to 2XX. And why wouldn't you? For what a time to be having with your man, Spaceman, and me, your other man, Lickney Murphy. Part of your knees, but not quite yet. And right now, Space, what do you have for me?
Well, thank you for your dulcet tones there. Much enjoyment. And we will introduce our guests now. We have two members of the local band Timecult. I'd like to introduce Danny and Elise. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thanks, Space. Thanks, Nick.
Thank you for coming in on a holiday as well. You get double pay for this.
Oh, fantastic.
Awesome.
Now, do I understand this? We have to address you as the High Priestess, Elise.
You have to address Elise as the High Priestess.
All right.
Yes.
All right. If you guys would like to introduce yourselves and your role in the Timecult band.
Sure. I'm Danny. You can call me the Magus, Danny D. I play guitar and...
I'm Elise, the High Priestess, and I'm the vocalist and the keyboardist.
Yep. We've also got Glenn Elliott, our Time Master on drums, who's not here, and our High Inquisitor Gareth on bass. So
sometimes the altar boy.
All right. And so
Someone's got to be it.
explain to us...
How unfortunate.
Explain to us Timecult. How long have you been together? How did you form? What kind of genre do you play? How did you get the name?
Sure. We like to think
What's your bank PIN number?
Bank PIN number, sure. 7, 9, no. So it was an idea that Gareth, the bass player, and I had a few years ago, but nothing really got started until we all came together about a year or so ago, wasn't it, Elise?
Yeah.
And we kind of write songs about moments in history. And I guess you'd say it's hence the name Timecult and moments and people in history.
Last year we had our first gig about in March, and then we had a couple more gigs after that, but I think this year is starting to ramp up. We're getting a lot more offers. So but we got together, or I joined the band at the end of 2023 because they were just looking for a singer, and I thought it would be a cool idea to join. So yeah.
But we got a singer and also a keyboardist. Elise takes a huge role on playing all the keys lines, which is great because I love that kind of classic heavy rock with keys lines, like Deep Purple's kind of vein. We've
got a couple organ things going on. I have a pedal that it's not overly complicated, my setup. I change between like organ and piano, but I'm hoping to get a bit more complicated and have some more different sounds.
We want to get a synth involved too.
Yeah.
So,
I love this.
What about a guitar?
I love this visual motif I see with the band. With Elise as the High Priestess and Dan as the Magus. I was just thinking, have you ever heard of the most coveted position in the court of of old England and the likes?
Go ahead, Nick.
The groom of the stool. I'm serious.
Most coveted position.
It was most coveted. It was because the groom of the stool had the ear of the king whilst inspecting. All of his what he's releasing.
I thought you were going to say the jester or the fool.
No. The groom of the stool was a very wonderful position. I think there's room. Well, perhaps
maybe there's room for one more spot in the band.
Yeah.
But our influences, we're very, it's very classic and heavy classic metal and heavy rock. So Maiden and Deep Purple and Black Sabbath. Elise loves the Melvins, but she also likes a band called
Budgie.
Budgie.
Not just because I like budgies in general, but because they're a rock band that started around the same time as Black Sabbath, and they were really cool.
And do you like budgies in general as well?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yeah, budgies kind of right.
Yeah, but they influenced me a lot because their grooves are just so damn cool.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
And what about the budgies?
Oh, like actual budgies?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I have 3 of them. Yeah.
Okay.
Are their grooves damn cool as well, the budgies?
Oh, they're awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're in here today to talk about an upcoming gig this Thursday, I believe, at the Baso.
Yep. We're playing Thursday at 7. We've got 4 bands on the bill. Mm-hmm. So we've got the Black Owl Trio, or Quartet as they are now,
yeah.
featuring Marcus Pasquale. And we've also got Ashley Byron and Lachlan Payne playing in the band, and that's kind of
It's a monster band already. Look at that.
Yeah, it's gypsy jazz, so it's sort of a very different sort of.
You may have known Lachlan from Looking Glass and other cool.
Yeah, he was an amazing bassist back in the day, and I'm sure he hasn't changed at all.
And Marcus is from plays in Witch Skull and Hecate, and Ashley plays in Hecate as well. So yeah, some great musos there playing gypsy jazz to kick the night off, and then we've got.
Yeah. Our band, the Chumping Darlings, as I like to call ourselves these days.
Yeah.
But in any case, and then there's Fabulous Contraption.
Yeah, they're from Sydney.
Yeah,
all very talented musicians. Great keyboardists there too.
Yeah.
Always
And
look forward to seeing
Dave
them.
Carr is the guitarist for that, and they're kind of fusion prog metal. So, great band. First time I saw them, I was blown away.
So a grand medley of sounds this on Thursday evening.
Yeah.
It seems.
Yeah.
And Marcus I love watching Marcus in Looking Glass, and actually I've seen him in Witch Skull, but he's one of those few guys who, when you're watching bands and you just believe what's happening, the person sort of occupies exactly what they're attempting to occupy, like the space, the mental state. Marcus is one of those guys. He can walk about you, and he's almost like like a celestial sort of figure. But then he gets on stage and just becomes something quite magnificent.
Yes. Yeah.
Anyway, so that'd be cool.
Yeah. And it's great to watch him play that Django style.
Totally. I love gypsy jazz. It's wonderful.
But yeah, so it kicks off at 7, and I think tickets are $15 through OzTix. $13 through OzTix, I think. $15 if you do it at the door, buy at the door, I think. So yeah.
Righto. So that's this Thursday at the Baso. Do you know which room you're in?
We're in the Abyss. It's the Abyss,
Abyss
stage, I think. Yeah.
It's the smaller room, but apparently it's got a better sound.
Yeah.
The Abyss
in
or
that
the
room.
Abyss?
Abyss. Sorry.
I like the Abyss.
Abyss sounds great, isn't it?
The Abyss it is.
The Abyss room.
I was confused for a second.
Yeah. It's the name of some random demon,
Indeed.
Yes.
Stuck in the Abyss. Get out of there, mate.
Abyss room. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty good room.
Yeah, it's a returning room. Yeah.
So 7 o'clock this Thursday at the Baso, there is Timecult, there's the Filthy Darlings,
Yep.
there is the Fabulous Contraption, and a trio that's now a quartet.
The
Yes.
trio that's now a quartet,
That's right.
yes. And I think the last member of that quartet is Isabel Lee, who now plays the violin, does all,
Right.
Right.
Very well.
does
So if
all
you're-
the Stefan Grappelli parts. So, yeah.
If you're up some late in the week, some
Thursday
a whole-
occurrences.
whole plethora of different sounds and genres, get out there. It's great price for 4 great acts. Well, let's play a song from Timecult. Have you got it all queued up,
We do.
Elise?
Yep.
This
It's
is
a live.
It's a live recording, so...
Yep.
The best kind recording, I'd
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, that's all
Tell
we
us
have at
about
the
this
moment. It's all we have at the moment in terms of recorded songs.
And this one's just from on phone, so it's got
Yeah.
all the
All the chatter.
all
Yeah.
the things that come.
It's got
with-
Jimmy from the
with
bar.
phone
He's having a good
recorded
time.
Songs.
Yeah. All the songs called Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Really?
Look, we're not going to spoil. Yeah, but you know, we sing songs about time and elements of time, so we'll let you work a little bit out. That's part of the fun of this song, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, we like to say Jimmy shoots, Jimmy scores,
That's tremendous. All right.
Jimmy tells the time. So
Yeah. Anyway, so this was at the Potbelly. Hope you enjoy it.
yeah.
All right.
XFM 98.3, people-powered radio in Canberra since 1976. Now in our 5th decade and still going strong with your support. Visit 2xfm.org.au to listen online and find out how to subscribe, donate, sponsor, or become involved as a volunteer at your community station.
Yes, and you are with Spaceman on Local and Live. I've got Mr. Lickney Murphy here helping me drive the show today.
Yeah.
And
Still just holding my holder here. This is great. You can hear me sort of just waving. See that voice go? Ooh, as it's coming in. Oh, sorry, it's just now swinging a bit. I was watching this guy just recently. He had these wonderful arms, and he made a whole lot of them. A little diorama of little bendable arms from a desk.
Well, we're learning many things thanks to you today, like Groom of the Stool.
The Groom of the Stool. That's correct.
That's
the Groove of the Colts.
That's a
perhaps.
song title right there.
I know.
And we are joined by our special guests, 2 members of local band Timecult, Danny and Elise. Welcome back.
Thank you.
We just heard your track there, Jimmy, putting the live into Local and Live there, live at Potbelly. Thanks for sharing that with us today.
That was cool, as.
Thank you.
Well done to you, High Priestess, and you, Magus.
Thank you.
All
Mr.
right, and
Nick.
to you, the groom, who you cannot see, ladies and gentlemen, but he is here in the room, perhaps a little bit more invisible for the time being. But will reveal himself later. Who knows how? When you go to the toilet, perhaps. Enough about that.
No, let's have some more. Let's have some more of Timecult. We've promoted your upcoming gig this Thursday at the Baso with a few other bands, but you're not resting on your laurels there. You've got another gig soon after that one.
Yeah, we do. We've got one on the 8th of next month, 8th of February at Smith's, playing along with the amazing BC, Caveman Rock and Roll. Some
Big fan
great
of BC.
musos there. We've got JT and
Rowan
Sims.
It'll be a really
and
cozy
Simo
gig
on
for
drums.
us, I reckon.
Yeah.
Really cozy gig.
Yeah, we like playing at Potbelly. It's like
Or the Smiths.
At Smiths.
Smiths. Oh, we like playing Smiths too.
we
Yeah.
like both,
All the venues.
Yeah,
love-
all the
love
venues.
playing
yes,
all the
yes,
venues.
yes, yes. Yeah, but playing there at Smith's on the 8th, and we're also playing back at the Pot on the 14th, I think. We haven't announced
On
it
March,
yet.
yeah.
14th of March with Hecate, and I think that gig's still being organised at this
All
point.
right.
So, yeah, got some good stuff coming up soon.
Canberra, the place to be for live music today, I say. Or forget you Sydneyites and Melbourne men and women, because we're doing it better. I'm putting it out
I
there.
agree. I think Canberra's got a really good music scene.
Yeah.
We've got lots of talented musicians here. That's all.
I think there's just all this less pretense as well. I think there's a bit more. We have my wonderful host and brother in life, Mr. Spaceman, who is sharing the load and the love across the Canberra sector. And then we have you guys, and Dan, you've been around for a very long time, bro, doing... I don't mean in a bad way at all.
No, I feel it some days.
We're before I joined the band, they were gonna call the band Sciatica,
Yeah.
and they all had nicknames. Like, what was your nickname?
Oh, I can't remember. Yeah.
Something to do with like health problems.
Yeah, look at it now.
We thought we could start the gig
Osteo
off by
and-
resurrecting someone before we, a bit like, I think it's done already on, I think Ghosts do it, but we thought...
Good old arthritis.
Yeah. But, Elise brought youth and enthusiasm and talent to the band. So
Although I've had a pretty bad back the last year, so we could have named it Sciatica and it still would have worked.
Yeah. But then that's because you're a mad keen skater, so
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. Did a-
and I keep falling over.
I don't fall over all the time.
Yeah.
No.
No.
And so what are the rest of the plans for this year? Any
Okay.
tours, any recordings,
Oh, yeah.
more songwriting?
Yeah, so we've got a new tune which we're writing at the moment called Lycanthropy, which is about werewolves. So that's kind of...
Lycanthropy, is it?
Yeah, Lycanthropy.
As in like lichen? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So hopefully that'll be ready for one of the next couple of gigs. But more importantly, we've been trying to bed these songs in, and we want to get them to the point where we feel that they're out of a shape where we can start recording them. And I think April's probably going to be a time to start doing some recordings.
we need to do that at some point this year. We've also got merch coming on the way. We've had our recently two lovely people, Chrissy and Hannah, have designed our logos, and the one that is currently on the Beso poster with a sword going through it is our first one, but we've also got another one. Do you remember what the name?
It's called an ambigram,
Yeah.
so it's basically, it says Timecult upside down and top and bottom, and then we're going to be putting that on a T-shirt soon.
Reads Timecult one way and flipped upside down too, so that's really cool.
Yeah. So hopefully some T-shirts soon, but yeah, most importantly, we really want to get recordings done, and then basically do a lot of gigs until we get sort of nice and tight, and then hopefully head off to Sydney and Melbourne. So
Yeah.
Nick's encouraging you to stay here. He says Sydney and Melbourne's no good.
Yeah, forget those clowns. You know, there's plenty of studios here. I reckon you could go out to Mr. Who's it? Duncan? Is it out at Infidel? Is that right?
Oh, we weren't going to record.
I think he meant
Canberra.
do gigs, not.
Oh, right.
not,
Yeah.
there's some
Well,
great
just show up there too and just start playing. You know, someone will be listening.
I'll go and record over and just show up at Duncan's.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
He'll receive. He's a lovely guy, actually. He's actually surprised how young he was. I thought he was going to be a really old fella, but no. Duncan, if you're out there,
He's a good columnist as well. So.
That song, I'd love to have a beer with Duncan's, decades old. So. Maybe it must have been about a different Duncan.
Yeah. Too right.
All right, so this Thursday is the first gig, cab off the rank, so to speak. This Thursday at the Beso, starting from 7, tickets $13 at Oztix or Moshtix.
Oztix, I think it is.
Oztix.
Yeah, and
We have the Filthy Darlings, the Black Owl Quartet, and Fabulous Contraption,
You bet.
and Timecult. So get along there. That is good value for money. All right, now, random question time. I've forgotten. It was question 24, I believe.
Yes, it's been predetermined
Yes.
by our high priestess sitting next to me. And
because
her
she's
maid.
prophetic.
That's right, yeah, it's quite right. That's right. And what does the groom say? As in the of the stool.
I don't know. I haven't gone to the bathroom yet.
Oh, yeah, quite right. You let us know, Elise. Actually, maybe not.
Question number 24. What's the most unusual place you've ever been inspired to write a song?
Well, we can both answer this, Danny, because
Can we?
yeah, it's
Yes, it's for both
so
of you.
at our workplace, the NFSA, down in the basement area, there's a few ghost stories around there, but there's this one part of the corridor that these, I don't know what these generators are or something, there's this hum in the air. I think with my perfect pitch it's a B flat, and whenever people go down there, we kind of like, if a group of us go, we go,
It's like a mode that just sort of
and we
just
and then we
takes off a
might
resonant
harmonise,
frequency.
but it's a frequency that kind of just reverberates around the walls, and it just really echoes.
And when everyone sings, it becomes a bit like a Gregorian kind of chant kind of thing.
Yeah.
We thought that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, to add in as part of recording or something like
So
that.
you went there and you did some Mongolian throat singing.
Oh, I'm not that good.
That would have been cool. Anyway, so you went there
Very
anyways.
good band. The Who?
The Who?
The HU?
Oh,
think?
yeah.
Mongolian throat singing.
Oh, right, I never heard of it.
They mix some Mongolian folk music with, rock.
Okay, all right.
Are they the only ones that do that? Because I have seen a Mongolian
but
throat
There
singing
might-
band on
There's a
line.
couple
Yeah.
Mongolian bands that have probably taken after them now, and
Right, yeah.
I think there's some cool music coming out of that way.
But the Who, they were definitely doing a bit of touring. I think they were in Australia a couple of years back.
Yeah, they're big fans of the show. They're always asking
Always
me
bothering you?
to play their music. I said, they've got to move to Canberra. Yeah. I mean, Nick has just said it's the best place
If
for
they come here, they can do a
music.
gig with us, can't they, Nick? We can.
Correct. Yes, I Dan. Yes. So they can come and do The Who if you're out there, and not you, Pete. You stay out of it as well as you, Roger.
Not Pete.
Don't care about you, mate.
The other Who, yeah.
That's right. We're talking about the Mongolian throat singing crew, The Who, who I haven't even heard yet, but I'm already convinced from my other counterparts here in the room, and look less like a fool every second.
Oh, you've got to check it out.
You
Yeah.
might be promoted to jester, maybe.
Too late.
I reckon he's got a role in the band already.
No.
Yeah, so.
Well, you know what position I'm coming for.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for coming in and telling us all about Timecult and your upcoming gig, which once again, this Thursday from 7 p.m. at the Bay. So there's 4 bands: Timecult, Filthy Darlings, Black Owl Quartet, Fabulous Contraption. 13 bucks. Love it. Get there. Get into it.
Cheers.
As we don't have a second song of yours to play, Danny, you've been in many other bands.
A few, yeah.
Yeah, and there's one band here in our library, the Chuffs.
The Chuffs, yeah.
I found them in the library and I just thought I'd play them because I'd never heard of them before and I quite liked them. And then like a month later, I saw on Facebook that you were a part of that band.
Yeah. Yes, a while ago. I think there's been quite a few iterations of the Chuffs, actually. I'm not sure whether I was in Mark 2 or Mark 2 and 3. I can't remember.
Right.
Yeah. But,
You're the Richie Blackmore of the Chuffs.
I hope I'm a bit nicer. I mean, I don't get me wrong, I'm a Richie Blackmore fan, but yeah. Yeah.
Tell us briefly what that band was all about.
The Chuffs?
Yeah.
Ooh, well, my friend Glenn Elliott put that together, and when I was in it, there were 4 of us. There was Glenn, Patrick O'Connor on bass, and James on drums, and though he was the second drummer, but he was the drummer when I was there. And I joined maybe after the band had been going for about 1.5 to 2 years, and I recorded this album that you're playing with Glenn and co. But all the songs were written primarily by Glenn. Yeah.
And this is around 2008.
Sometime around 2007, 2008. I can't remember the exact date. Yeah.
But no longer active, no?
No. They did play on for a bit after I left the band.
Hoping for a reunion tour.
Yeah, we've actually talked about doing a reunion tour. It would be great fun. Yeah.
All right, well, let's have a listen to this song. This is called Rewind Repeat by the Chuffs. Our guest, Danny Roberts, here was the Richie Blackmore of the band.
Could be I so it's time, no care. 2XX FM 98.3, your support is important to us. Become part of your community station by subscribing, donating, sponsoring, or volunteering. Visit us at 2xxfm.org.au.
And before that, we played Rewind Repeat by the Chuffs. And you are on 2XX 98.3 FM, people-powered radio, and LocalnLive in particular. I hope your public holiday Monday is going well. I hope you've had a relaxing day. But if you've been working, just think of the dollars. Yes, double time.
Yeah.
I'm also joined by Nick Lee Murphy as my co-host, and our guests have stuck around, Elise and Danny from Timecult. Thanks for sticking around, guys.
Thanks for letting us stick around. Yeah.
Elise, you were just saying how you were in one of the Box Dive music videos.
Oh, yeah. When they were shooting the music video for Princess, they got a bunch of skaters to be a part of it because they wanted to. They filmed part of it at the Belco Skate Park and the big Keyhole Bowl, and then we went to Charlwood Skate Park, the oldest skate park in Canberra. Very crunchy, but that was really fun. A bunch of us were in it, and
When you say crunchy, what do you mean by crunchy?
Is it like broken bones crunching?
Like the concrete's so old and it's kind of like a snake run, and there's a bit there where it kind of leans into a fort of jagged rocks. So you don't want to fall into that if you
Value your body
or something like that. And then there's a really steep, sharp bowl at the end that you could easily break your legs on. Anyway, but it's pretty fun.
What's the appeal? Can I ask? So, presumably because you've had a couple of concussions yourself, right?
Yeah.
And I'm quite interested by by the things which which maybe frighten us, which we are compelled to get get familiar with, right? So, for example, the guy that teaches me electronics, right? He electrocuted himself when he was 3 years old, right? And again when he was 7 years old, right? And nearly died twice, and he stuck like I think something into a wall, so like a fork or something.
And my brother did that.
Yeah. What happened to him?
I think he shorted it, but I think he got away with it.
Yeah. Like this guy got totally blasted by it, eh? And he held on, and now is like the guy has the most amazing knowledge of electronics. He teaches me everything about electronics, and I know very little. But yeah, and like for my son today, we're at the portrait gallery today, and Magnus, my son, was really scared of this portrait, but he just didn't want to leave it. He just wanted to pick it, and he kept calling it the man, and he wanted to keep going back to the man. Every time I tried to take, he's like, I'm scared, and he says, "Daddy, I'm scared." Oh, what's going on? No, the man. He wants to be next to the man. He just wanted to see there, looking at it, and it was really unusual. So I'm just curious as what drives you to because you've told me that you had a couple of concussions and things, but you keep going back, I guess.
Yeah, the thing is, I've heard from a lot of other roller skaters too, is that they may get like a horrible injury, whether it's breaking a leg or an arm or something, and then it actually, most people or some people, it doesn't actually deter them. Like you just kind of forget about it and then keep going back to skating. Like when I broke my ankle and had to get a plate in it and all that, it was really funny because as soon as I could get out of my moon boot, pretty much roller skating was like the physio to get back into it because you move your ankle around so much, and the physio was like, yeah, just do that as your rehab.
Oh, right. Yeah, cool.
So just get back into it.
And did you want it? Were you excited about doing that? Or were you...
Actually, yeah. Pretty much as soon as I got out of moon boot, I was starting to roll around a bit. It was probably a bit early, but you get a bit excited, of course.
Yeah, cool.
Bit to get used to, yeah.
That's interesting. Fascinating thing about, just the human condition, I think.
Yeah, you just...
You got to confront.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I want to confront it, I'm going to take that on. That thing will kill me. I want it. I don't care what it is. I need it. It needs to be in my life.
Although, having said that, things I tend to stick to street skating, which is not the transition half pipe stuff, just because I've been more scared of hitting my head nowadays, even with a helmet on half pipes, whereas flat skating, doing ledges and rails, not so much.
Yeah, sure.
So I tend to stick to that kind of thing.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
Whereas after my accident, that was it. It was
no more scooters.
Yeah, because
what did you do?
Largely because what's that?
The scooter.
Yeah.
Electric scooter. I fell off and broke 3 bones, and I was out of action for 3 months. And my partner pretty much had to care for me, and so I didn't want to put her through that again, and I didn't want
I
to.
wasn't allowed to hug him. It was really problematic.
I didn't want to break any more bones, so the risk is just too great. I just retired. I've still got the scooter. I'm glad I didn't get rid of it because I used it to film a music video for the song.
Did it wind up in Late Billy Griffin?
With the trolleys.
Yeah, and the dead bodies. Yeah. But anyway, so I'm retired. I went out with a bang, I guess. But I have, what do you call it, admiration for people who continue
To pursue their fears and stuff. Well, maybe not the fears,
but I see many people on scooters nowadays, no helmet, just driving around, being hoons, and I think...
Or motorcyclists with no jacket. Oh.
Yeah, dear it is. It's happening. It's in the posts. One day they'll come off and they'll be regretful.
We are coming towards the end of the show, and we've had quite the show today. If you've missed it, of course, you can always go back onto the 2XX webpage and listen to it back, 2xxfm.org.au. And Mr. Nick Lee Murphy, thanks for joining us today.
Pleasure, bro.
Hang on, I've got to turn your mic on.
Here we are. Good to be back.
I love these rookie mistakes. I'm still doing them.
That's all right, man. Lovely to have you and just the English vocabulary in all of its wonderful ways in which I can put it together without actually making any sense. So, good.
You have a way with words, and it has been a very educational show. And... thanks to our guests, Elise and Danny from Timecult. Thank you guys for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And once again, they are performing this Thursday at the Baso in the ABIS room.
The ABIS room. Don't miss out.
This Thursday, 7 o'clock.
I love this. Sorry, Dan.
Sorry, I always do that sort of thing.
It's a wonderful. I love it. The
read words more than say them. You know?
Was it the Abyss or Abyss?
The Abyss.
Abyss. I can't remember anymore.
Abyss.
Anyways, that room.
Room.
The one out the back, which has got the best sound in the house, I say.
There'll be 4 bands on the lineup. There'll be Timecult,
The Chumping Darlings.
the Black Owl Quartet, and Fabulous Contraption.
Not to be confused with the Black Owl band from Sydney, because they are from Sydney, and we're not speaking about Sydney bands here. And they are
except
not...
for Fab Contraption.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Those guys are all right. They're coming to Canberra, though.
They're coming to Canberra and
right.
play in the ABIS.
And the ABS room. That's right.
So thanks everyone for tuning in today.